Welcome back to Rise and Thrive. I'm Emma Sullivan, and today we're talking about something that might make some people uncomfortable: how modern spirituality became a marketplace. And not in a good way.
I'm David Park, and I'm already sensing this is going to upset my Instagram algorithm. Are we criticizing wellness influencers?
Y'all, we're diving into an essay by Alison Moore about how something that was once a quiet, personal conversation with existence has been turned into a commodity. And honestly, she's not wrong.
A quiet, personal conversation with existence. That sounds lovely. What happened to it?
It got loud, really loud. The modern spiritual landscape is crowded with guides, gurus, healers, influencers offering formulas for awakening, packages for peace, workshops for connection.
Packages for peace. That's literally what we're selling on this podcast sometimes.
Exactly. And that's why this essay hit me hard. Moore says many people mean well, but many more have confused transcendence with branding, enlightenment as an algorithm.
Optimize your chakras in 7 days. Subscribe for exclusive manifestation content.
Right? Here's the thing Moore points out: the sacred cannot be taught for a fee. It cannot be systemized, packaged, monetized, or properly explained. The moment you try to sell it, you change its nature.
What was once relationship becomes transaction. That's quite profound.
There's this ancient irony she mentions. For millennia, mystics and philosophers said truth lives in silence, in stillness, simplicity, surrender. The path was always inward, toward humility.
And now?
Now we live in an age where even spirituality must be visible, marketable, and applauded. The pursuit of transcendence has become another form of ego, a way to feel special, chosen, superior.
Oh no, I definitely follow people on Instagram who do this.
We all do. But here's the kicker: genuine spiritual awakening doesn't exalt the self. It dissolves it. It doesn't make you feel exceptional. It reveals you're not separate from anything or anyone.
So true spirituality is the opposite of feeling special. That's not very Instagram friendly.
Exactly. Moore calls this commercialized enlightenment a quiet danger. It offers comfort, but at the expense of truth. It tells us suffering is a flaw in our energy rather than an essential part of being human.
Wait, so all those posts about raising your vibration above suffering are wrong?
Moore would say yes. She writes that real spirituality teaches us to chase higher frequencies when the actual work of the soul is to sit gently in the low ones, to find grace even in the shadow.
Sitting gently in the low frequencies. That's the opposite of toxic positivity.
Yes. She says real spirituality isn't glamorous, it's not tidy. It asks for honesty, not aesthetics. It strips us bare of illusions, of ego, of the desire to be special.
This is making me deeply uncomfortable about my vision board.
Vision boards aren't necessarily bad, but the point is, are you doing spiritual practices because they're genuinely meaningful or because they make you look evolved?
Can't it be both?
Maybe. But Moore's point is that the moment performance enters, authenticity leaves. Let me read you this beautiful part. When I walk through the woods now, I don't seek signs or messages. I just listen.
Just listen. That's it?
That's it. The wind moves through leaves, and that's enough. The tree grows, the bird sings, the world continues. In that simplicity, she remembers what many have forgotten. Spirituality isn't a performance or promise.
It's a way of being in relationship with everything.
Exactly, and here's what really got me. You can't buy that. You can't brand it. You can only live it quietly, imperfectly, with reverence.
Quietly and imperfectly. Those are not great marketing words.
No, but maybe that's the point. The divine doesn't need to be summoned. It's not hiding behind paywalls or incantations. It's in the breath, the silence, the kindness between strangers.
So all the workshops, retreats, courses, are those inherently problematic?
Not necessarily, but we have to ask, are they creating space for genuine experience, or are they packaging enlightenment as a product you can consume?
That's a hard question.
It is. And here's where it gets really interesting. Moore describes awakening not as a climb toward heaven, but as a falling back into what's real, what's always been here.
Falling, not climbing, that's a complete reframe.
Right? She says maybe spirituality was never a quest to become something more, but a remembering that we were never anything less than sacred. That's profound.
Okay, but practically speaking, how do we apply this? I can't just stop trying to improve myself.
You're not supposed to stop improving, but maybe check your motivation. Are you improving because you feel fundamentally broken, or because you're honoring what's already whole?
Those are very different things.
Completely different. Y'all, if this is making you rethink your relationship with wellness culture, Please like and subscribe. We need more honest conversations about this stuff.
So let's get practical. What should people actually do with this information?
First, notice when you're performing spirituality versus experiencing it. Are you meditating because it centers you or because it looks good on your Instagram stories?
Both. I meditate because it helps and I post about it sometimes.
That's fine. But just notice the difference. When you're posting, you're in performance mode. When you're actually sitting in silence, that's the real work.
Got it. What else?
Second, practice Moore's approach. Go outside and just listen. Don't seek signs. Don't look for meaning. Don't try to have a spiritual experience. Just be present with what is.
That sounds simultaneously simple and incredibly difficult.
It's both. Because our minds are trained to constantly seek more, better, deeper. But Moore's saying the sacred is already here. You just have to stop trying to own it.
Stop trying to own the sacred. That's quite a shift.
Third, question the marketplace. When someone's selling you enlightenment for $97, ask yourself, can enlightenment really be purchased? Or are you buying access to a community, some techniques, maybe encouragement?
Those are different things entirely.
Completely. There's nothing wrong with paying for a yoga class or meditation instruction, but don't confuse the tools with the destination. The teacher can show you techniques. The actual experience, that's free.
So it's about being clear on what you're actually buying.
Yes. Fourth, embrace the low frequencies. Stop trying to always be positive, high vibe, manifesting abundance. Sometimes you're just sad or tired or confused, and that's also sacred.
Being sad is sacred. That's definitely not what Instagram tells me.
Instagram lies. Moore says the real work is sitting gently in the shadow, finding grace even there. That's much harder than posting gratitude lists.
Much harder and much less photogenic.
Exactly. Fifth, cultivate humility. Remember, genuine spiritual awakening doesn't make you feel special. It reveals you're not separate from anyone or anything, including people you disagree with.
Oh, that's uncomfortable. I like feeling more evolved than some people.
We all do, but that's ego dressed up as enlightenment. Real spirituality dissolves the self, it doesn't exalt it. If your spiritual practice makes you feel superior, it's not working.
That's a brutal truth bomb.
It is, but necessary. Sixth, find the sacred in the ordinary. You don't need a mountaintop experience or a 10-day silent retreat. The divine is in your morning breath, in kindness between strangers, in grief that breaks you open.
The ordinary moments that shimmer when we stop trying to own them.
Yes! Moore describes it perfectly. The vast, unbroken wholeness that never needed our improvement, only our attention. That's it. Just attention.
So the whole spiritual journey is really just about paying attention.
Kind of. Not attention-seeking meaning or signs or validation. Just pure attention to what is. The wind, the trees, the pulse of the earth. What Moore calls remembering, not becoming.
This is making me rethink my entire approach to wellness.
Good. Here's the final piece. Moore describes herself as a child lying in grass, feeling the ground breathing beneath her, sensing presences, angels, ghosts, echoes of something older. She thought everyone could feel it.
But not everyone can.
Not everyone hears the world whisper back. Some search their whole lives for that belonging. Others dismiss it as childish imagination. But the point is, it was always quiet, personal, not performed.
And now it's all performance.
So much of it, yes. But it doesn't have to be. We can choose differently. We can return to the quiet, to the listening, to the relationship with everything that is.
That's actually beautiful and kind of revolutionary in our current culture.
It is revolutionary. Choosing silence in a loud world, choosing presence over performance, choosing to be rather than to seem. That's the real wellness work.
So to summarize, stop performing spirituality, embrace the low frequencies, find sacred in ordinary, practice humility, and just listen.
Perfect summary. And remember, the divine isn't behind paywalls. It's free. It's here. It's in this conversation, in your next breath, in the grief and the joy. You just have to stop trying so hard.
Stop trying so hard to be spiritual. That's the most counterintuitive spiritual advice ever.
But maybe the truest. Until next time, y'all, go outside, be quiet, and just listen. That's the whole practice.
This podcast is powered by voxcrea.ai, where ideas find their voice, even quiet, unmonetizable spiritual ideas.
Especially those.